Susurkaev. I'm gonna go with Susurkaev on this one. Eric McConaughey, a little bit better than I thought he was. He kind of robbed my boy Cody Brundage out in the Apex. Kind of an old guy, doesn't really do anything special, but good enough to beat Cody Brundage. Susurkaev I think is pretty good. I don't think he's not one of my like top prospects. Like, oh, he got fucking bug in my eye. Gotta watch out for this guy. You know, he's next up. He's got good boxing, sneaky little front kick, good body work, and very good grappling, which he had to use in his last fight. Face him adversity. I believe he got rocked in that scrap, and he was like a massive favorite. So wasn't the best look. But I do think he'll get past. And Eric McConaughey, I think he'll use his grappling if he has to. But I think he could really win this fight anywhere. So I'll go Susurkaev. I'm gonna go by decision. I think it's gonna be hard for him to find that finish. Next up, we got Angela Hill going against Fatima Klein. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Fatima Klein, once again, one of these female fighters that I've definitely heard of. You know what I'm saying? I've definitely seen her fight. I've seen her fight, but I don't remember a single one of them, to keep it a buck. Let's see who she's fought, shall we? I'm probably going Angela Hill, though. She's no G. She's getting better. Knocked out Melissa Martinez. Victoria Todorova lost to Jasmine Jasevich. That's not a bad win. I'm going Angela Hill. Split decision, bro. She's been on the wrong side of too many split decisions. I feel like her karma is getting reversed. I believe she won her last one by split decision too. No, she fucking lost. Yeah, that's not listening to. Never mind. I'm going Angela Hill, bro. She's a crafty vet. She's got the Muay Thai. She's got okay boxing, zero power whatsoever. But been working on her grappling. She's looking strong. You know, I think it's gonna be a classic 29-28 split decision Angela Hill performance. Next up, Pat Sabatini going against Jeppe Mariscal. This is a pretty good fight. I'm liking Jeppe Mariscal in this matchup. Pat Sabatini used to be kind of a beast in the grappling. Had a bit of a skid, got knocked out a couple times, but it was against good competition. You know, he did lose to Damon Jackson. Got front kicked in the face. That was pretty rough, but shit. Damn, my boy's speeding. Yeah, I got front kicked in the face and then got slept by Diego Lopez. Which is not a bad loss at all, you know, looking back. So, I believe won his last fight as a pretty decent underdog. So, you know, Pat Sabatini's back, bro. He's strong. He's pretty much purely a grappler. It's not much striking at all. But I think Jeppe Mariscal is pretty fucking good. I think he's like a just out of the top 15 kind of guy. Like, could have some very competitive, you know, fights with guys in like the top 15, not top 10, but that kind of level. Like, he's got very good pressure, insane cardio, and he's sharp, bro. Like, he's extremely well rounded. He doesn't have like a crazy build or insane power, but he's got a lot of different weapons that he utilizes, and he likes to fucking put the pressure on guys. Just push that cardio, grind him out, and like be violent, bro. I mean, he lands good shots on the feet, and his grappling uses predominantly well. Fucked up Trevor Beek with the grappling, so I think he'll do enough to be able to fend off Pat Sabatini's grappling attempts, his takedown attempts, his jiu-jitsu, you know, his back takes, all that shit. And I kind of like him on the feet, you know, especially against who's been knocked out, like Pat Sabatini. I think this is a good matchup for Chepe. I think he's got good enough grappling to negate the grappling of Sabatini, and then just way better striking. So I kind of have to go Chepe here. I'll go Chepe by I'll go round 3 TKO. Sabatini gassing in the third after some success in the first, but then fails a bunch of takedowns, and Chepe Mariscal starts putting that butt on and putting that mustard on his ass. So I'll go Chepe, third round TKO. Pretty good fight though for the early prelims, like goddamn. Next up, Kyle Dawkins. Going against Gerald Mearshart. The GOAT, bro. GM3's back in this bitch. You know what it is. GM3 round 3 sub, bro. I'm calling it. Nah, I'm kidding. Kyle Dawkins looked really fucking good against Michel Pereira. I think that's his name, right? The guy who does the backflips on people's faces. Oh. Sorry, the sun is just like insanely beautiful right now. I gotta check this shit out. View break. We're gonna do a quick little intermission. View break. Check out the view. Oh my god, my mic is about to fall. Check out the view. Quite serene, quite beautiful. Yeah, I'm going Kyle Dawkins. Probably looked fucking good against Michel Pereira. I did not expect him to sleep Michel Pereira in the first round. Hit him with a beautiful, like, kind of counter right hook. As I think Michel was like circling, just boom, looked sharp as fuck. And like, that's some good power. He doesn't look like a very powerful guy, but that was like a one punch fucking drop him bad, and then ground and pound finish the job. And I love GM3. Striking's been improving. He's got that kind of Aspinall head movement where he just like he'd be hitting the lean back with the weave back. Chin kind of straight in the air, but fucking it works. It has been looking better, but I hated how he looked in his last fight against Olasejek. Oh my god, dude, he just got smoked in the first round. It looked like he gave up instantly. And that was his most recent fight, so that's like the best information we got on the current state of GM3. I want to go Gerald round 3 sub, but Kyle's also got really good jiu-jitsu defense. And jiu-jitsu himself, like he's kind of primarily known as a grappler, I feel like. So yeah, I think this Kyle Dawkins is kind of a lock, but you never know. People forget, man. GM3, he finished, the guy Floyd Mayweather was fucking boasting to, like, Kazakhstani dude or some shit. Murzakan, no. Mukrayov. What are those names? You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm going Kyle Dawkins. I'll go like round 2 knockout. Round 1 knockout, even. Moving on to the prelims. We got Malcolm Wellmaker going against Cody Adden. Now this is a good fucking fight, bro. An actual test for a prospect. No Chris Matinho bullshit. But I'm so excited to see Wellmaker back in there. I don't think he's like championship material, I don't think he's gonna be champer. Probably not top 5, but I do think he's gonna be like an Adrian Yanez kind of guy. Maybe slightly better, where it's just like every time he fucking fights, you gotta watch him. Like he's gonna be fun as fuck. Probably gonna get a lot of knockouts. That being said, see that deer? There he goes. He's fucking running in the mud, bro. I know that shit sucks. There's another one. Look, there's another one. Oh, now he's falling. It's alright, little bro. Keep going. God, I love nature. Nitro shit is so cool. There they go, bro, frolicking. Poor guys, the other fucking probably not used to running around in a marsh. So cute, so freaking cool, dude. Shout out nature, bro. I goddamn love nature, dude. Alright, we're getting fucking sidetracked. Cody Adden's actually pretty good. This is a good test for Malcolm Wellmaker. I think he's stepping on short notice. I think he's supposed to fight Siri City. But Cody Adden fought he's supposed to fight Taporia, which would have been a great fight. He beat Dan Arquetta. I really just know because he made a couple like Instagram reels that I saw. And he was like hanging out with Supreme Patty. I'm pretty sure he's living with Supreme Patty at one point. Interesting guy, but he's like a strong, just American wrestler kind of guy. Spams takedowns, and Cody Adden was as the skinnier, longer guy, defending all those takedowns, having success in the grappling himself, and beasting him up on the feet. He's got sharp boxing. He's like a classic. This guy is an American as fuck fighter. If you've never seen him, you know he plays the part. He looks like the role, but also just boxing and wrestling. That's pretty much it. Not a lot of kicks. Just good boxing, good wrestling, good fundamentals, and fucking impressive, bro. Like, it's not easy to defend against a guy like Arquetta, who's got good cardio and really explosive takedowns over a while and do well on the feet. So I'm honestly kind of worried for Wellmaker here. I think it'll be a very close fight. Wellmaker got that clean hook. Loves a little like step back. I think it's like a check hook. I don't know. He's just got very sharp goddamn hooks. And he seems like a cool dude. I saw him on the Jackson podcast. He seemed like a nice fella. And he was also making a song for Chief Keef. How cool is that? I think I'm gonna still go Wellmaker. You know, I think it's gonna be scripted. If it's a close fight, I think he'll get a scripted decision. But Cody Adden, I would not be surprised with an upset. Because he's fucking good, dude. He's sharp as shit. So I'll go Wellmaker, 29-28 split decision. I don't think he sleeps him, though. I think this dude's boxing is too good to get schlepped like fucking Chris Medino. Next up, we got Tracy Cortez going against Erin Blanchfield. I'm going Erin Blanchfield. This is the easiest pick in the world. Cortez always loses to chicks of this caliber. Erin's got good grappling, pretty dog shit striking, good jits. Tracy Cortez, I think she can beat. You know, she's actually pretty good for like one of the hot archetype female fighters. She's actually like top 10, but she always loses to the top 5. She fought Rose Namajunas, right? Yeah, lost by decision. I'm going Erin by decision, using the grappling, 30-27, taking her down, just fucking her up on the ground, but maybe not doing enough to get the sub, or maybe she does get the sub. Honestly, I could see that too. So I'm going Erin Blanchfield by decision. Next up, Gregory Rodriguez going against Roman Kapilov. Where my Kapilov enjoyers at? Dude, I love this matchup. This is an amazing prelim. I think it's going to be such a fun fight. Kapilov is kind of small for middleweight. That's the first thing that comes to mind when I think of this matchup is G. Rodriguez. Obama himself is going to be fucking way goddamn bigger than this guy. He looks like a fucking heavyweight, dude. I mean, I don't know how the fuck he makes middleweight. I guess it's because he's so jacked. He can like go deflate mode, get that shit done. But Gregory Rodriguez has been fraud checked a bit. Getting here kind of pieced him up, but God, he looked good against Hermanson and just slept him out cold. Like, he always looks really sharp for the first 2 rounds and then kind of fades towards the end. Kapilov does have good cardio, but I feel like he's not as good as people were kind of putting him on to be, He's got nice body work, like good boxing, great kicks, fast kicks, but that kind of like Soviet style. Gregory Rodriguez more of like a marauder, just fucking technical, like sharp hooks and shit, but not the greatest defense. And likes to put the pressure on guys, so I think cardio-wise, Kapilov's definitely got the advantage and speed advantage as well too. But I think Gregory's going to be way too big for him. I think he's going to grapple. Might not have a ton of success in the grappling. I think he'll get a couple takedowns, maybe like threaten the back, but I think he's just going to be too damn big for Kapilov. I think everything he throws is going to have a little bit more impact than what Kapilov throws. He could always get caught, That could happen, but I also really like the grappling edge for Gregory Rodriguez, and that size is just too much to discount, so I'm going to go Gregory Rodriguez. I'll go round 3 sub. Nah, maybe not round 2. Yeah, round 2 sub. Or TKO due to ground and pound. I think I'll fuck him up on the ground, honestly. Alright, next up. Bo Nickel going against Rodolfo Vieira. I like this matchup. I think this is good matchmaking from the UFC. Thank God it's not on the fucking main event, or main card. Also, just a quick fuck you to the UFC for rage baiting us. Like, they really put this shit on the main card for a second and announced that Bo Nickel was gonna be on this main card just for them to put him back on the fucking prelims. It's 100% rage bait to get people talking about Bo Nickel. I mean, you gotta respect it, bro. You gotta respect the rage bait. But it worked. It worked on me. I was pissed as fuck, dude. I was thinking, how the fuck? I mean, at least I'll be able to watch it on ESPN, for free, or not free, but, how the fuck is this guy gonna be on the main card over Benoit Saint Denis and Beneil Dariush? Are you fucking kidding me? Anyways, that's in the past. We got this fight on the prelims. It's a good matchup. Honestly, I think it's a very competitive matchup. Rodolfo Vieira, he's been improving a lot. He's made a lot of improvements as a fighter. The boxing's been looking good, landing those 1-2s. Kinda didn't fuck him up, but beat Tresean Gore in pretty much solely a striking match on the feet, as opposed to a striking match on the ground. Not fucked up. Beat Tresean Gore on the feet, who I thought would have had a massive striking advantage. So I do like that wrinkle in his game. I think that's going to help against a guy like Bo Nickel, because I honestly don't think Bo will want a lot to do with the ground game. I think he's going to try to do the Paul Craig method and just keep this shit on the feet. And honestly, I think it's competitive on the feet. I can see Bo Nickel doing it up to win a decision. That's probably what I'm going to pick, but Rodolfo's not terrible on the feet. He knows what he's doing. And yeah, I think game plan wise, Bo's not going to wrestle at all. I think he's kind of afraid of high-level jiu-jitsu guys, subconsciously. And he's just going to try to outstrike him. Bo Nickel's got sloppy striking, spams his overhands, but he makes it work. He does enough to win, so I'll go Bo by decision in kind of a boring fight. Get some tapping going, shall we? damn, this card is stacked. Great scrap, dude. And I'm kind of liking Beneil in this one. I thought he didn't look terrible against Hinata Moicano. A lot of people hated that fight. I thought it was pretty fun. There were some great scrambles going on, some active grappling. Did not look the same as he used to on the feet, though, when he was bombing fucking Gamrot with those overhand rights. I think that was like prime Beneil, dude. He was so good on the feet, but against a guy like Moicano, I feel like he should have had more success. Thought he looked slow. Not very, wasn't really setting shit up. I mean, doesn't set a ton of shit up normally, but I don't know, it just looked fucking slow to me. It wasn't a great look, but BSD, I mean, he does have good striking, don't get me wrong, he loves that body kick, but goddamn, his advantage is the grappling. Like, lately, he's been pretty much purely a grappler against Huffy. Just shot takedowns, fucked him up in the ground, and I think there's no way this guy out-grapples Beneil Dariush. I think Beneil's got, like, the grappling fucking, like, shield, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's got the max level shield in grappling. Like, even Charles didn't have a ton of success in the grappling. I feel like anyone at lightweight, he's just got high level enough jiu-jitsu and scrambles especially to defend against. So I don't see BSD dominating him on the ground at all. And then on the feet, I think it's very competitive, dude. I think it's a close fucking fight. BSD still fucking just marauds in with his chin up in the air, no hands up, which is fine. You don't have to have your hands up, but he does it kind of stupidly. And yeah, Beneil's got good power. The only thing is he's fucking slow. I mean, so is BSD though. They're both kind of slow. I don't know. I think it's like a pick'em. I think it's gonna be a very close fight. I am leaning BSD by spamming body kicks and just doing enough on the feet because, like, Beneil's been old forever. Like, I swear this dude's been 36 for like the past 5 years, but he's really getting up there, dude. It's hard to take a guy at this stage of his career who's gotten close to the title shot and then had a couple losses. I mean, all his losses are great against great competition, though, so. You know what, fuck it. I'm feeling, my gut is telling me there's gonna be a sneaky calm, I'm back moment, fucking upset win from my boy, Beneil Dariush. Yeah, I'm going Beneil by decision. Fuck it, dude. Fuck it, dog. Fuck it. I got a feeling, bro. I'm not gonna ignore the feeling. Next up, Leon Edwards versus Carlos Prates. Let's fucking go, dude. God. Such a good fight. Interesting stylistic matchup. I feel like there are a lot more kind of exciting and face value fights than this for Carlos Prates to take. But I'm so curious how this shit's gonna play out. I really have no clue. I'm thinking, like, Leon loves you know, like, he'd be sitting on the back foot just waiting to spam that inside leg kick from southpaw. Mix it up to the body, go to the head. Like, he just loves his fucking back foot. Just do enough to win. Technical kind of striking battle. But Carlos Prates isn't like a super pressure fighter. He is, don't get me wrong, like, he puts the pace on guys with a lot of like varied attacks. But I'm just so curious if Leon's able to make it a Leon Edwards fight, you know, if he's able to make Carlos Prates like have a technical battle with him, or if CP is gonna fucking just throw some crazy shit and put the pressure on Leon and make him uncomfortable. I am worried for Carlos because Ian Gary was able to do that shit, and I feel like Ian Gary and Leon Edwards fight very similarly. So I could totally see an Ian Gary situation where he just kind of gets outpointed, frustrated on the feet for the first like couple rounds, and then maybe has a moment of success. I think this is a very close fight. The thing I do like about CP in this matchup is, one, Leon Edwards doesn't have the greatest chin in the world, and CP is just so varied in his attacks, just throws whatever the fuck, but with like real intention and setup. And I feel like if he catches, and he's like way, in my mind, he's way longer, like lankier, taller than Leon. In actuality, it might be a lot closer than I'm imagining, but I could so see Carlos Prates just like timing a beautiful left hand, just cracking Leon on the chin, putting him down. There is one more aspect of this fight I do want to mention, and that's the grappling. CP's got pretty good grappling defense. I thought he looked good against Ian Gary in the grappling. Kind of shucked off most of his single legs, had great get-ups. And I feel like Gary and Leon have a pretty similar level of grappling. But like Leon Edwards took down Kamaru Usman, he was the first guy to ever do that. Like, that's fucking impressive. He's been working on his grappling a lot, and I could see him, even though he's not a wrestler, and that's not his game, not a pressure wrestler or anything like that. I see him like trying to time some takedowns, maybe some body locks, some trips, to try to get CP down and do some work on the ground. But I don't know, I feel like CP's got good enough takedown defense. I really like how he looked in that Ian Gary fight. So yeah, close matchup. I am gonna go CP. I'll go by like round 2 knockout, just cause I think he's got good speed, good setups, and Leon likes that point fight. But with the guy that's gonna be like longer and taller than him, and way more dangerous as well, it's gonna be hard to do. The only thing is, like, CP might have trouble catching him. You know, Leon moves really well, switches stances. Like, I think it's gonna be hard for CP to set his shit up. But I think if he learned from his Ian Gary fight and figures out, like, okay, can't just wait around, look for the perfect opening, like, I gotta force the action sometimes. If he goes with that mindset, I think he'll do well. So I'll go CP second round to go. Next up, Sean Brady, Michael Morales. I love this matchup.
This is such a fucking good matchup in my opinion. I was curious on what they were gonna do. They're gonna do Ian Gary and Sean Brady, and Michael Morales. I think he was supposed to fight. No, I don't know who he's supposed to fight, but I love how this played out, because this is one of those striker versus grappler matchups that's like super intriguing. Sometimes it's like, alright, this fucking Magomedov grappler is just gonna run through this skinny ass striker. It's like, okay, not very interesting. But we got Morales, who's been on a roll, bro. Destroyed Gilbert Burns. Like, looks big as fuck for the division. Nasty striking, decent grappling. Going against Sean Brady, who's like not the biggest welterweight in the world. You know, he's a grappler. He's got that Dorito build, that thick ass back.
Got that thick ass back.
But kind of has that like Aaron Blanchfield striking. You know, he just fucking jabs, throws little kicks, and like that don't do a lot of damage. It looks decent. Bilal was really the only guy that outstruck him, which is crazy. But it's like, dude, if you're not as big as Morales, you could get chinned. So like, I could see fucking Brady getting instantly chinned, pressured, fucked up so easily. But then I could also see Morales getting taken down and just looking lost and getting drowned, because Brady is one of the best grapplers in the UFC, honestly. Like, for his division, yeah, dude, besides like JDM, defensively at least, I honestly don't know if anyone's a better grappler than Sean Brady at welterweight right now. Every time I watch him, like, this guy's making jiu-jitsu work. Like, you know, he's got good wrestling, so it works, and he's strong as fuck. He's got the Philly mindset too, but he's like the one guy that's still putting on for jiu-jitsu. You know, he's making that shit work. He's getting subs. He's like, you know, when Gracie was around in early UFC days, and he was just a level above everyone else. It's like this guy somehow is just good enough to be a level above pretty much everyone else at welterweight, at least that he's fought, in the grappling department. Like, he just makes dudes look like they don't know what the fuck they're doing on the ground. Like, that Leon Edwards performance, I thought was so impressive. Like, Kamaru couldn't take down Leon and hold him there in the second fight, at least. And then Brady just goes in and smokes him, fucking subs him easy as hell. Like, very, very impressive grappling. So this is the most striker versus grappler matchup ever. I could see it going either way. I do think Morales will have like the frame advantage. Like, he'll be able to impose his will more than Sean Brady will, but he can't make any mistakes in the grappling, because he's fucked, bro, if he doesn't knock him out. I don't know. The aura, the motivation, the like momentum, and just the feeling I get with this fight is Michael Morales just putting Brady on the back foot and pressuring him, stuffing a takedown or two, and just sleeping him. Because he did kind of fold to the pressure of Bilal Muhammad. It's like, if you're folding to Bilal's pressure, this guy's probably gonna fuck you up, dog. So that's the feeling I'm getting for this fight. But logically, when I think about it, I think Brady's just too good of a grappler not to bet against. You can't, I mean, I get it's 2025, everyone's got takedown defense, but you can't bet against that level of grappling, you know? Like, if he's able to get him down once, I think Morales is fucked. So I'm gonna go Sean Brady, round 2 sub. Maybe gets rocked early, has some adversity, but then gets in on the hips, maybe takes the back, maybe gets an arm triangle. That motherfucker's strong, dude. So I'm gonna go Brady, round 2 sub. Not my most confident pick, but that's what we're going with.
Next up, we got Zhang Weili going against Valentina Shevchenko. Finally, a good, hyped up, exciting fight at, I mean, any women's division, honestly. I'm so hyped for this, dude. This is the matchup to make. You know, there's not a whole lot of interesting matchups going on. I mean, Kayla Harrison, man, Nunes is pretty interesting, but this is the fight to make. I'm so glad it's happening. Whoever wins this has the curse of fighting Mackenzie Dern. They gotta get through Dern next, bro. Yeah, you get through Valentina, but fucking Dern is waiting for you. Okay. Great matchup. I'm leaning Shevchenko. She has not been looking as great as she used to, but she also kind of has. If you get what I'm saying, like, against Vero, she just barely did enough to win. And it's like, alright, that wasn't super impressive. But then you think back to some of the older Valentina fights, and it's like, besides her fucking head kicking Jessica High, she lost to Alexa Grasso, smudged it up in the second fight. Like, she's always having these super close fights. She's really not that, like, she wins a lot, so she's dominant in that sense, but she's not really, like, dominating, you know, not fucking any of these girls up. She's just winning a boring decision most of the time. Just kind of stealing the moments. But that's a hard style to beat, you know? Like, she does a great job at kind of slowing down the fight. Just doing her little blitzes, her little Muay Thai blitzes, little counters. Get up a couple takedowns, fucking stall it out. And fucking smudge out a decision, bro. Like, that's the formula. And it's been working. And I'm scared that that's gonna happen to my girl Whaley. I love Whaley. She, on the other hand, has been actually dominant. You know what I'm saying? She's been working on the grappling with Henry Cejudo. Now I don't know where she trains, but her grappling's been looking phenomenal. She's always been a marauder of a striker, but the grappling's been coming in fucked up. Tatiana Suarez fucked up. Amanda Lemos. She's been looking goddamn good. The only thing I'm worried about is the size, you know? I feel like she is gonna be small because she's got like no reach. She's got tiny fucking limbs. And that works at strawweight, but at flyweight against someone who's like almost as jacked in Valentina, who's strong, I feel like she's gonna have trouble, dude. Like, I just feel like she doesn't have the frame for flyweight. You can't be that short and stocky. And come up against a girl who's like also athletic as fuck and have much success. I think they're kind of even everywhere. Honestly, the grappling, the striking, I don't see any of them having a particular advantage in any of those aspects. I do think Whaley's pressure could help her find success. Like, if she doesn't fall into Shevchenko's trap of fucking staying outside of range and just getting countered. If she like really marauds her, put the pressure on her, put the butter on her, put the pepper on her. Put the pepper on her. She could have success, you know. I could see Whaley marauding her way to a decision victory, but because Valentina does kind of fold under that pressure, like if she doesn't get her counter off and then she's able to like exit the striking range after, you know, landing her little shit, she kind of freaks out. And if Whaley could extend those combos, maybe get hit once or twice, but then keep going and put the pressure on Shevchenko, I could see having a lot of success. They are both kind of old, but I think Whaley's definitely got more youth and like shit to look forward in the future for, more to accomplish than Shevchenko does. But yeah, dude, Shevchenko wrestling looked good against Grasso. She looked strong as fuck in that fight. Beat Manan Fiorot, who I thought was gonna win in a very, very close fight though. I'm going Valentina, dude. Valentina split decision. I think this is gonna be a razor thin, super close fight. I'm very excited for it. I'm so curious to see how this plays out. But yeah, I think Valentina's just gonna be too big for her. Just too big for my girl Whaley. I'm gonna be rooting for Whaley. We love Whaley around these parts. We ride for Whaley, but I don't really see her winning this one. Yeah, Valentina decision. That's the pick. Next up, the main event of the evening. Jack Della Maddalena going against Islam Makhachev. Duggan Ilya, bro. This guy's Duggan Ilya. That being said, not an easy matchup to replace Ilya with, though. JDM, dude, looked phenomenal against Bilal Muhammad, pumping that jab in the jab and dip. And then just countering over the top, like he was just beautiful jab, fucking get Bilal to respond and then slip that shit, counter. Looked great in the grappling defense. I mean, he always has looked phenomenal, especially since working with Greg Jones. Although Jones said that JDM was showing him shit, which I fully believe because this dude is such a creative grappler on bottom. Uses the fucking octopus guard, uses his goddamn knee levers and shit. Just never settles in a position and always scrambles. But then sometimes he looks kind of trash, like against Basil Lopez, who was just pulling guillotines and failing all of them. It was very strange. But I'm going to go based off his last performance. I thought it looked phenomenal. And I thought he kind of looked like a nightmare for Islam. He's big as fuck for welterweight. He's not like the hugest frame, but he's got that thick back. He's got like kind of a wrestler build almost, even though he's a boxer. He got that fucking big bone, stock, yeah, build. Which I think you kind of need if you're going to fight a grappler like Islam. Phenomenal boxing, and in like highest level there is, honestly, takedown defense, in my opinion, or scramble ability at least. So I think on paper, no Anthony Smith, this is kind of like a perfect matchup. Not perfect, but ideal matchup for JDM. You got a guy in Islam who's coming up. He was a big lightweight. Like, I don't think he's going to be small by any means. But he's kind of all back. Like, he has no legs. And fucking, who's like primarily a grappler. Has good striking. But the box, I mean, he's got better kicks than his boxing. His boxing has been looking better, though, Islam. I don't know. The only factor I think Islam has, I don't think he's going to have success in the grappling. I think maybe he could take him down, but I don't think he'll do anything with it, get any sub attempts. I think JDM's going to be way too big and way too good on the ground to fucking get held down and fucked up by Islam or get dorsed or whatever. Like, I think it's going to be hard to dorse a guy that big and strong, with those wide ass shoulders. But on the feet, the only thing is, like, JDM isn't the quickest. He is quick, don't get me wrong, but he's more like a timing guy. He's got great timing and good, like, combinations. But he's not like a pop, like, super fast kind of striker. And Islam is pretty quick. Like, he throws those kicks pretty speedy. He's got the little Dagestani boxing blitz. That's pretty quick. And he's got that lighter man skill as well, dude. You gotta think about that, you know? I think the speed is the one area that Islam has against JDM. Where I could see him, like, maybe touching him and then shooting a takedown after. Like, just staying busy and, like, being faster than JDM. Like, I feel like JDM might have trouble finding Islam, like, tracking him down, catching the chin, or even catching the body. But I feel like defensively he'll do very well. That's the thing, is, like, defensively I think he'll do great, but offensively I don't know if JDM's gonna be able to really find Islam. Like, Islam could be too fast for him, you know? That's the only trouble I foresee. But if Islam gets caught with one of those JDM hooks or JDM straights, I think he's in trouble. I think JDM, all he's got to worry about, in my opinion, are like the head kicks of Islam, who's not, you know, any taller than JDM, so I don't think that'll be much of a factor. But on the feet, I feel like Islam doesn't pose much of a threat. It's more of like a probability for him to win a decision on the feet than, you know, him to finish JDM on the feet. So I think JDM's got that finishing potential, but Islam does have that speed and could fluke his way to a decision. But ultimately, to wrap it up,
JDM, mate. JDM. I'm gonna go decision. I don't think either of these guys are gonna finish each other. I think they're both so fucking good. You're not gonna see a finish. JDM went 5 rounds with Bilal. It was kind of an easy fight, so it's hard to say how good his cardio is, but he looked pretty fucking sharp all 5 rounds. Islam, he's gone 5 rounds, right? He basically went 5 rounds with Poirier. Yeah, I'm going JDM by decision, bro. That's the pick. JDM decision. Again, like, I think it's just going to be too big and too defensively sound, you know? Just too smart of a fighter to get out-grappled and fucking darsed like everyone at lightweight against Islam. I do think it's going to be a close fight. Like, Islam can make it close on the feet, don't get me wrong. But when I think about it stylistically, like, JDM just has the advantage, in my opinion. He's a real welterweight. He ain't making lightweight at all. Islam said he had trouble bulking up at one point. Apparently he's on creatine now, and I guess it's making a big difference. Fucking Daniel Cormier felt the need to mention that on the pod with Chael Sonnen. Yeah, I'm going JDM decision. That's the pick. I could be wrong. I'm rooting for JDM, but I don't know what's better for the division if JDM wins or if Islam wins. The only thing I'm really focused on is Ilya Islam. That's way more of a competitive match, in my opinion. Like, that's way more exciting. You got a guy from featherweight who's bulking up, going against like an actual lightweight who have both basically been undefeated. Islam lost once, but that was forever ago. And they both look unbeatable at their weight class. So I think that's the biggest fight by far the UFC can make right now. Ilya versus Islam. So whoever wins, I just hope that fight is next. The UFC doesn't want those triple champs anymore, but dude, imagine Ilya like sleeps Gaethje, then goes up to 170 and sleeps Islam. Like, come on, dude, you gotta let that happen, bro. Like, that's some mythical shit. Like, no one's done that before, bro. Fucking dominant champ at 145, beat the two best guys by knockout, move up to lightweight, fucking bink, knock out Oliveira, bink, knock out Gaethje, which I guess wouldn't be the greatest win. Or fucking, in this fairy tale universe, maybe Armin gets in there if he beats Hooker, sleeps him, and then moves up to 170 and then sleeps Islam. Like, imagine, bro. That's like the best run of all time. You know, the most accomplished. That would be the most accomplished fighter of all time. And you gotta give these guys the opportunity to do that shit. So I'm praying.
Inshallah. We get Ilya versus Islam at some point. At some point, we gotta see it, bro. We gotta fucking see it. At lightweight, at welterweight, at goddamn featherweight, whatever weight it's at. Catch weight, I don't give a fuck. We gotta see that fight, so that's really my main focus, like, when I'm thinking about this fight. But I'm rooting for JDM. I like him. His style is so fun to watch. God, his boxing is so nasty. And his grappling defense, again, as I mentioned for the fucking 30th time, phenomenal. So fun to watch. So I'm excited. I can't wait. This is one of the most stacked cards that I've ever witnessed, you know, or I'm going to witness. I am just praying, bro, inshallah, none of these fights get scrapped the week of the weigh-ins, because every time there's a card this fucking stacked, we lose like 2-3 good fights. It feels like, honestly, I feel like there's been low-key less cancellations as of late, but typically with these kind of cards, they're always too good to be true, and the full card never comes to fruition. Like, if you remember O'Malley versus Aljo in Boston, that lineup was way more like, when it was announced, it was like, we got Henry Cejudo, Cheeto, we got Ian Gary, Jeff Neal, like all these great fights, and then so many of them just fucking got canceled, and the card was like a shell of itself. So I'm just praying that doesn't happen, because holy fuck, this card is stacked. Like, dude, just the main, this is one of the best main cards of all time, name value wise. Like, come on, prelims are awesome too, but like Benoit Saint Denis, BSD, fucking Leon Edwards, Carlos Prates, what's his name, Sean Brady, Michael Morales, Wei Lee versus fucking Valentina, and then Islam JDM. Like, bro, fights could fucking headline like a big fight night, if not a pay-per-view. And they've got them all, dude. And it's such a good card for the welterweight division. I love when they do that, like how they put kind of like the smaller guys together, like Tatsuro Taira and Brandon Moreno on the Van Pantoja Marab card. I love when they kind of match up the weight classes, so it's like there's a lot of narratives. Even that night, like, okay, this guy won, he looked great, he could be next for the title shot, this guy won the title. Like, I love when they do that. So we're finally gonna see a lot of movement going on in the welterweight division. I can't wait. I'm so fucking excited for this card. And yeah, I'm just praying there's no cancellations, bro, God willing, inshallah. But yeah, those are the picks and predictions. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the scenery. I think I'm technically not supposed to be here, so I hope y'all appreciate that. I know this setup is a little bit scuffed. Let me show y'all real quick. Let me show y'all the current setup we got going on. So we got the fucking mic hanging on the prime bottle, balancing on by like a fucking thread. Then we got the phone down there. And then this beautiful ass view. Pretty simple, but these little like pegs came in clutch, dude. It's always weird trying to find a place to put my camera because I don't have a tripod. And this is like kind of perfect. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the beautiful views. Today it's like 70 degrees, which is wild because it's November. And typically it's not this warm, so when to get outside, enjoy the weather, make a little video. And yeah, let me know your thoughts and predictions yourself, your hot takes, any thoughts or feelings you got about UFC 222, leave them in the comments below. Let me know. I read all the comments and they don't go unnoticed, so appreciate y'all. Have a great night. Don't let the bedbugs bite. Peace.
Yeah, bro, she beautiful in a bitch.